to 2,000 to 4,000 cases in just the course of a month.
In the last week, the number of cases has more than tripled. There will be more cases and more deaths.
It can no longer be contained. It's in the community and it's spreading and it's here to stay.
It's caused by a virus that's new to humans and to which we have no immunity. It can cause serious disease and is transmitted from person to person over a widespread area.
Its contents could strike us down in thousands. No, it is not a new type of bomb. It is the smallest creature in the world, a virus, the invisible enemy.
The Dirty 30 Podcast.
The Dirty 30 Podcast, Episode 18. We're still alive. We hope you guys are as well.
Yeah, baby. Oh, I don't even know if I want to say baby. Feels weird. Weird times. Real weird times.
Yeah, dude, it's been weird times. You know, Cheyne and I discussed that we needed to hop back on the horn and get another podcast out. And I think we're going to throughout this entire situation because we're going through some pretty rough times collectively. I think that we all can say that we've been affected by this in some sort of way, shape, or form. And we just wanted to kind of do some outreach, so to speak, with a platform, even a small platform that Cheyne and I have and build and just kind of discuss things a little bit. So that's what this episode's all about.
Yeah, it's not only just that, because you nailed it with all that, but it's also the side of we got to keep ourselves sane here too. Like we're all going crazy a little bit in a good way, in a bad way, I don't know. But it's nice to obviously talk to your friends, reach out to your friends, reach out to your loved ones, just reach out to people because these type of weird times kind of put this weird perspective on things that you got to just open up to all the conversations that you normally just pass by in your normal day to day. I know a lot of people got a lot of free time lately. Be creative, create something. Like when you and I do this podcast, it's kind of funny because like it's obviously I don't know, like a podcast. It's weird to call a podcast like an art, but we get very creative with it. There's no doubt about it. We produce all the music with it. We kind of create this little spectacle out of nothing. Yeah. It's more for the entertainment value. But along with that, when you and I are talking to each other, it's the same thing as when we're playing guitars together. It's a creative language that we can speak. And people listening to this, I know there's a lot of our friends make art. A lot of you guys are, whether you're musicians or just artists, we got some tattoo artist friends. We got all kinds of weird friends out there, but you got to have an outlet right now. You got to have some way to channel all this energy happening.
Yeah, this is a great way for us to do it, which is kind of in turn what we started this podcast about in the first place, you know, but especially during these times, you know, it's worth saying. You mentioned the creative outlets and us, you know, producing something from nothing. People might be wondering what that intro is all about. I know that it's a little doomy and it might be a little spooky with everything that's going on right now, but Cheyne and I actually wrote a track over 6 years ago now called Virus, weirdly enough. And I don't know what the Times definitely made me go back and listen to it. And it was oddly very topical of what happened. So we decided to use it as the intro of this thing, honestly, as a way to kind of just bring light of what's going on right now and trying to really take a side on the fence in regards to this is actually a very big deal what's happening right now, even where we're at this point. And it's going to change all of our lives as we know it in some sort of way for a significant amount of time.
Yeah. I didn't take it very serious for a minute. And okay, so this is part 2 to last week we released. Usually we go every other week, but something we kind of talked about too was in the very beginning when we started this podcast, we had no fucking rules. That's the best part about this was we were kind of subgenred in music at the time and we were just stuck somewhere. So with doing this podcast, it was really our creative endeavors outside of our box. And so we put out like 3 episodes in 1 week. We did all kinds of weird shit. Yeah. But in these times, especially, like, creating content is huge in my head right now. Obviously, I've repeated it over and over. I'm going to probably keep repeating it, but our friends that are listening to this everyone's got free time, man. Everyone you got to be listening to stuff. I feel like you and I have always been the friends that we've always carried the conversation in a lot of our groups of friends. And I've had, a handful of our friends have already reached out, and it's like sitting in the room again. It's like getting the band back together type shit. It's that whole vibe.
Yeah.
And so in these crazy times, I really like the idea that you and I are just able to like I'm in Washington right now, a hugely affected area.
Yeah.
Of this whole situation, a hugely not infected, but I guess so. But affected. The same with California. You're in California. Shit's crazy right now because I don't know. It's hard to put into words what's happening. But we're going to try to do that because I guess what I was getting at was last episode we talked about how there's a lot of things that we didn't believe in. We read some funny conspiracies. We related the fucking Kobe to COVID somehow. Like, I don't know. We got comical with it all. It was pretty entertaining. Don't get me wrong. But we talked about it, and it's like we're gonna just do an episode of just your and I actual opinions, like what's happening right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I try to. Oh, keep going. Sorry.
No, we discussed it, that starting off from a place of how we were both directly affected was a way to get into this conversation of being honest and talking about our actual opinions in this by discussing the way that we were affected, because nobody can minimize that between the two of us. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of uncertainty right now, and we're also trying to maintain the perspective that both you and I have it a hell of a lot better than a lot of other people out there, and in no way are we trying to minimize anybody else's out there experience and how they're impacted during this time. But yeah,
I'm feeling this like huge amount of like guilt somehow, and I know it shouldn't be any type of guilt, but for some reason it's the only way that my mind knows how to channel it, and it's like I've been really busy with work since all of my friends have been out of work or working from home or whatever. I'm one of those people that is I'm considered essential because I'm transit, and I'm driving weed around Washington. Essentially, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, dude. But I told you earlier, buddy, you can't feel guilty because right now, if you're deemed essential and you're able to work, that means that you're getting people stuff that they need, and I know that it's weird to say it, but in modern day 2020 America, the weed industry is essential.
Oh my God. And this is like no joke. So in the last couple weeks, obviously, since the realization and I guess it is panic, since the panic has started in America, since people started taking it a little more serious, the weed industry is booming. And people are buying a lot of weed right now. You think toilet paper is going? Weed is going, dude. I'm not even making a joke out of that shit right now. Like, weed is flying.
I know, Daddy. Oh, I know. I seen it, But I told you that earlier, though, just to bring that conversation back, though. You say you feel guilty, but there's no reason to continue to work if you feel comfortable doing so right now. You know what I mean? And I understand where you're coming from.
I strangely, though, feel very comfortable with my everyday work life, which is weird because I am going out, but I'm dealing with very minimal people, but I am going to places. Like, I'm going to places where people have been.
And risking exposure to, or possible exposure to, this whole thing, which is, it's a tough thing because life has to go on. You know what I mean? And in a weird way. And a lot of Americans are finding themselves caught in between a rock and a hard place right now in regards to them being insured by their employer, health insurance and otherwise, is that if you have the ability to work and keep a paycheck right now, I don't think that anybody is going to scoff at you for that, man. It's kind of required during this time, man. But like, dude, I've been working from home for the past week, and I told you earlier, like, I don't like it at all, man. I really don't. Like, I work a very high stress job. I do a very good job in my life, and I've learned how to do it as healthy and responsibly as possible, is to compartmentalize those two things. I leave work at work and I have home at home, you know, and I do my damnedest every day to not let that work seep into my zen, you know what I mean? My sanctuary here at home. And this whole work from home experience has been obviously me cooped up in my office studio a lot of my time doing work, but obviously those lines get blurred more and more, and I don't like it, man, you know. But at the same time, I have to remind myself, like, I'm fortunate enough to have a job, but I also have the unique experience of having a child being due in May, and I require health insurance from my employer to get through that, or else I take on a shitload of medical debt. You know what I mean? And then I also, in the midst of a global pandemic, I'm bringing a child into this world, and I have a pregnant wife right now. And, you know, there's a lot. I know that's not unique to me. You know what I mean? I know that there's a lot of people out there with similar experiences, or otherwise, or even worse. They're getting employed. They're losing their jobs. You know what I mean? Right now is a time of compassion. It's a time for us as human beings, as friends and family, to lean on each other. You know what I mean? And it's going to, it's looking like it's going to require that the more that the news just keeps coming in.
Yeah. Something I've said this, like, for truly as far as I could think back of, like, at least being an adult, 18 and over, but, like, I've always hated how life feels like you're inside of an elevator. Like, I've always hated that vibe. I've hated the vibe of everybody, like, being in a conversation, and as soon as you get into an elevator, everybody just gets kind of quiet and, like, shrugs down. It's just kind of more awkward. Yeah. Like, I fucking hate that vibe. I've always been the person that breaks the ice in the elevator. I make a weird joke. Yeah. Haha. You know, waka waka type shit. But, like, I think right now, everybody is getting the fuck out of the elevator. Like, right now is the time to just fucking, like you said, it's compassion. Like, people need to, I don't know. I'm seeing all kinds of cool shit as far as, like, you know, it's a good time to start reading a book. So people are literally just putting out bins of books. Yeah. Like, no human contact with them other than a person grabbing the book they're grabbing. And just little things like that. I don't know. Go drop shit off at your neighbor's house. Meet your neighbor. I don't know. How many of you guys have met your neighbors?
Yeah. I mean, you know, keep 6 feet away. I wouldn't trust them, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know, you get gut feelings. You know who to trust, who not to trust. But
yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a difficult time, and that kind of leans to the reason why we wanted to put these out a little bit more consistently during this time. Obviously, keeping busy and putting out content, Shane, you know, we have more time to do so while we're both you know, during this time. But other than that, too, it's just like outreach for our friends as well, you know,
right.
and as much as it self-serves, you know.
And that's it. I don't know. We were laughing about this earlier because somehow I can make it comical, but I was saying that I've been practicing this social distancing shit for like 2 full years now. When I moved to Washington, I literally cut myself off from fucking everything. And with that being said, dude, me and my gang, my people, you know, me and you, fucking Fish, obviously, you know, like Robbie's gotten in, like, lately, like, he's been so tied in with it, but, like,
Big Al.
And there's a handful, Big Al, but the Corys, fucking everyone, really, like, you know, there's too many people to name that really I was still communicating with, but, like, I kind of cut myself off from everything because I just needed to get myself away from just fucking being distracted. I was so fucking distracted with everything happening around me that I never fucking paid attention to what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
It's consistent. And everybody does this. That everybody has these realizations. Every single person deals with this in their life. This is nothing that I did that other people haven't done. But when I moved to Washington, I really fucking just tunnel vision, just fucking me. That was it. And I don't know. It's crazy that all this is happening, and a lot of my friends that have been such social fucking butterflies for the last fucking X amount of years, like, now they're doing what I've been doing. So I have this feeling of, it's like, I understand too the, like, weird depression that people can feel in it.
And I don't think the quarantine has gone on long enough for us to get there, but that's a real concern. Is the longer that this thing goes, the more real those problems are going to get, and isolating at home comes with its disadvantages as much as it is. And that's the ethical and moral dilemmas that obviously you have to do it. And I don't think that money or the economy is the reason that you try to fast track a opening of society,
Oh, right.
but at the same time, isolation and withdrawal from social experiences is a real thing tied to people's mental health, man, and navigating through this time as healthy as possible is important, dude. And I told you, when we were talking earlier, is I am so absolutely grateful that I've gotten to know myself better over the past couple years before dealing with a situation like this, or I don't know how I would fully be reacting with the implications that there are and with the amount of trust that us as a people are expected to have for very, very untrustworthy institutions. And that fucking is enough to give anybody anxiety, dude. You know what I mean? A certain level of anxiety.
We were both talking about it, and it's strange to say it, but I feel pretty good going into this, like, because of that isolation over the and in that finding, like, and you. Yeah, man, like the dealing with the anxiety and all that. It's like, we only post the shit online that we want people to see. I only post fucking fun photography. I don't post my fucking mind.
Yeah,
I don't tell people my thoughts. Dude, it's dark neighborhood up there, man. Shit is strange up there.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to control it other than the fact of a creative outlet. That's the only way that I've truly figured out how to channel it well.
Yeah, but that's always been therapy. Music has
other
always
than
been
that,
therapy.
though, what's really been a huge part of it is just fucking talking.
Yeah.
Just fucking, I've always talked too much, but there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It's because it's fucking louder up here than it is in my mouth. Like, you think I'm fucking loud. Shit, man.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I do have a filter.
Right, but that's the best part of this too, is that at 32, almost 33, my birthday's in a week or so.
Yeah, we're almost there.
So we're recording. We're on Friday right now. We'll put this out sometime this weekend. So you're hearing this over the weekend of what we never really said the date, but we're at March 27th recording right now. Probably release March 28th, 29th, whenever you're hearing this.
Yeah,
you could hear this in a week, thinking that it came out every other week like we've normally been doing. If you're late, hey, welcome in. But yeah, I got a birthday in a week. I turned 33, and as of right now, dude, I'm not even worried about it. Here, spoiler, I know the last couple episodes I was teasing that I'm coming to California. Just got my credit back for my flights. So I'll probably save them, because as of right now, I'm still planning on I got a very, very close human to me in October. Got some good shit going on.
Yeah.
He's hearing this right now, and he knows exactly who he is. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. But, so I got big plans then. But other than that, I don't know, man. As of right now, this is something big, and I'm the first one to post a meme. I'm the first one to fucking make a joke. But stay the fuck home. Stay home. Just give the fuck up. Give up. Drop the fucking ego. Stop trying to go to fucking spin class. Stop trying to fucking go on runs at no gym's open, but try group effort type shit. I'm not saying don't go outside. I'm not saying don't fucking get your walk in. I'm not saying anything like that. Get fresh air. Get sunlight. Try to keep the stress down, because that's just fucking your immune system right now.
Yeah.
But get that vitamin D. Other than that, just stay the fuck home. Don't do anything, because right now we got to tackle something. This is something we have a bunch of weird notes, and we touched on like a lot of cool shit already, but like it's something that's been stuck on my head. But like, we're talking about that feedback loop, and that's something I fear that we will truly get caught in, because a lot of people aren't taking it serious. And it's the fact that everything that we know is on a lag effect because of the way that the testing does work, what limited testing we have. It's that if nobody goes home and everybody keeps doing the things, and because everybody went out on St. Patrick's Day and everybody fucking kept doing all the bullshit that they kept doing, is that we'll think we've got it, and then 2 months will go by and it'll fucking outbreak again. And it's that every 2 month kind of thing. And then we'll just have to keep going into fucking lockdowns because people are so fucking dumb and they just don't listen.
Oh,
And this is,
and it'll drag this thing on for a lot longer than
it doesn't, it doesn't need to be a big deal either. Like if everybody just chills the fuck out for a little bit.
Well, this is the thing too, is that I mean, first off, Shane, how goddamn frustrating it is that somehow how we handle a global pandemic is somehow a bipartisan political issue. Is to me beyond idiocracy. It is fucking delusional.
As of today, my state over here in Washington, because our president of the United States, who I don't give a fuck about. Never been a Trump supporter, but I've never taken it serious. Up until recently, the economy seemed pretty good. Up until recently.
Yeah.
But outside of that, today he is fucking, he was trying to cut off communication with Washington over all this shit because he doesn't agree with our fucking governor.
Well, have fun with
Fuck
that.
that guy. Fuck that guy, dude.
Straight the fuck up, dude. But you look at it this way, dude, is that like that Dr. Fauci guy, that guy straight up, he had the best quote of it all. Like, fuck whatever Trump wants, whatever timeline that fucking Trump wants to put in place. We don't dictate the timeline of this thing anymore. The virus dictates the timeline of this thing now. And why is that? Because of the incompetence of our government to try to take a proactive approach of this thing because of the implications of re-election. That's really what it comes down to. Yeah. That's how simple-minded our goddamn president is.
I'm voting for the governor of New York. He's got my vote.
He's been killing it through this, dude. Honestly, he's been an inspiring leader in government, which is a rarity right now. And it's also is leading to...
He's a legend, dude. That dude's a legend right now.
It's also what's leading most of the fears amongst the general public is where is the inspiring leadership that we're supposedly supposed to be electing into these positions? They're nowhere to be found right now, and some of them because they're being suppressed by the current administration. I mean, there's no question about that. You know what I mean? But just to be practical about it is that here we go, Shane. We're in a situation where here in America, right, we are forcing every company, every business, every industry to play their cards face front. Show us your cards, and your cards are. What the fuck do you give a fuck about? Your capital gains or the goddamn people that earn you money? The people that you employ that make you money, the lifeblood of your company, the fucking people that you make all of your money on the backs on. Are you going to fucking stick with them right now? Or are you going to put them at risk so that you can keep that fucking money train rolling? And I think right now we're in a position where a lot of companies are going to draw their line in the sand on how that's going to go. And it's going to dictate their future business. It's going to dictate the future success of their business at its very core. And it's absolutely insane watching these dominoes fall right now. But the bipartisan politics of it all, Shane, are despicable, man. It's really, it disheartens you as a human, from a humanitarian standpoint, or just being a human being. To watch human beings just be treated like data, like a certain number on a piece of paper is worth giving up for financial success, is absolutely showing the flaws of capitalism and the entire systems in which this country is built upon. And it's crazy watching it happening live in the day of the internet age. It's insane.
And this is something too that we almost touched on at the very, very beginning of this episode. But right now the ball's in the workers' fucking court. The ball is in our court. Like, I'm part of this working weird situation of people still out there. And right now it's almost like that know your worth side. But, I'm not saying, it's hard to say demand. And someone from my fucking work's probably just going to listen to this and then they're just going to call me an asshole. But it's like that whole side of just hazard pay, things like that, like, demand overtime, like whatever you should be getting, or just a higher pay. It's funny how there's all these memes going on about it too, but it's like it's weird. Everybody that's in essential workers, everybody that was making fucking minimum wage, but then when it comes to this time of crisis, what the fuck? They're the people that are needed.
Dog,
They're the people that are needed most. They're making bullshit.
labor is the most valuable commodity on the planet, Shane. It's
Yeah.
the most valuable. And that's why why is our stock market in the shitter right now when technically, for the most part, nothing has crumbled yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like nothing has. So we're not dealing with a natural disaster here where you can't get supplies from point A to point B. We're talking about a pandemic where a bunch of people are having to stay at home for what's best for themselves and their families, and the corporate world and at times government are encouraging people to go risk themselves for the betterment of fucking corporate greed. Why? Why that fucking necessary? And Shane, I got to be honest, I'm a little emotional because in my own personal experiences, I have experienced some of the most despicable ethical shit in my professional life I have ever experienced through this situation. And it all comes from a perspective of people giving a fuck more about business than they do about their own goddamn families. And it's disgusting. I can't even subscribe to that shit.
Yeah.
I can't even subscribe to that shit.
It's fucking out of control, man. I don't know. What we're seeing right now, and I think this is what people need to just understand, and all of our friends listening, we're not trying to like fucking spread fear. We're not becoming these people. This isn't conspiracy theory shit. Nothing that we've spoke on is anything other than actual fact, like printed fact. This is thing that you can just literally go find everything.
Some of it is opinion, and we own it. Whatever, it's our opinion. If you don't like it, fucking go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard. It's hard to call it. Other than the only part that would be considered opinion to me is like the ethical side of anything. But it's like,
yeah, some of it is philosophical debate. You know what I mean? But where I come from, a lot of it is based on what my belief system is, what's right and wrong for the betterment of everyone around me, not just myself. You know what I mean? And that's a perspective that is lost amongst a lot of people, and it's kind of sad. But some of this is opinion, but where some of this is coming into play is, I want to put this into perspective, is that the last time we did an episode of this podcast, we released on Monday. It is now Friday. 4 days later, we told you we just crossed 300,000 total confirmed cases globally in that time. Now we're at 600,000. That's where we're at globally. So we've pretty much doubled in the past 4 days of global cases. And now the United States of America is now the #1 most affected country on the fucking planet with this thing, and the most confirmed cases at this point. That's 104,000. And that's even without fucking widespread testing. Is that right now we don't even know what the actual impact of this thing is. And if anybody believes the actual finite numbers that they're seeing right now is being representative of how many people are carrying this thing and spreading this thing, then you're not doing enough research and looking enough at the facts and the data that's coming in. Is that we are a couple weeks away from watching this thing go from 600,000 to obviously the million. And then, you just watch the data from there, the percentage at which people are dying, even at this rate. If this thing goes 10 times higher, then we're going to experience a loss of human life that I don't think we've experienced. Definitely not in modern day society, but almost in U.S. history.
The Civil War was 600,000.
Yeah.
Recorded on U.S. soil.
Yeah.
And that's considered the bloodiest slaughter in American history, other than the obvious fact that the natives were slaughtered and all that. This is me requoting a quote that I heard. But outside of that, this will tower that.
Yeah.
It'll tower it. And it's becoming this thing, and this is where it can come down to some, people will call this conspiracy, people will not, whatever. You don't have to believe it, but this is just the gut feeling, and what it's kind of starting to really look like is that it's just easier to kill off generation than to fucking help it, just to save what you wouldn't have to go with.
And that's kind of where
everything comes down to healthcare.
Yeah.
Universal healthcare.
And to me, Shane, that's not even like a moral dilemma, and maybe it was the way I was raised. I'm not even trying to virtue signal right now, but like, I'm a fucking Italian kid. That's like the culture in which my family dynamics were maintained. and the amount of respect that we had for the people that created the traditions that we still abide by today was something that was sacred, and to hear that people just throw around that, even in jest or as a joke, talk about, well, fuck it. If it's just old people that are going to die, then, cool. There'll be more homes for purchase. I've heard shit like that, like those types of comments made, like, not from people that it sucks, man. You know what I mean? It's really showing a lot of people's true colors right now. When shit's really hitting the fan, it's really showing that. And and that's, I'm just as guilty of anything. And it's like, really, I haven't taken this as serious as I truly have until the last couple weeks, which is, it seems like a towering amount of time compared to people around me, and not necessarily my friends, because my friends are more aware than I am. But I just feel like I'm watching so many people not pay any attention. And I'm not saying watch the news. I'm not saying that. I think what you just really need to do is pay attention to your fucking gut feeling, and it's to fucking help the people around you. Yeah. It's to fucking have a sense of community. It's to just shut the fuck up. And you're not fucking doing any good going out and being a fucking asshole right now. No,
like, just go home. Go home.
And obviously some of our liberties are at stake, Cheyne. If you really think about it, with some of the things that are being discussed, and I know this is where it starts crossing the line into more of a conspiracy theory lane, but really, we don't want to get to the point of being desperate, of having to rely on the federal government to handle this entire situation. Like,
and once it becomes that whole side of, who's infected, who's not infected. Once a police officer, once somebody, a guard or whoever the fuck's out there, wherever they're restationing people already, I know anyone in fucking military base areas have been seeing mad amount of flight time. I know there's a number of planes they've been seeing. I know there's an increase of all that. You can't bullshit me. I live by fucking Lewis McChord Air Base.
Yeah.
There's been it's the Pendleton of up here. It's just crazy shit. So it's once the police officers and once everybody can step in and decide, and this is me re-quoting another quote that I heard, but once they can step in and decide who's infected, it's over. It's fucked.
Well, Cheyne, what people are being asked to do in that situation is essentially put their faith and trust into an incompetent federal government right now. Especially the current administration. Our president in particular has been a goddamn travesty in this entire situation, has not helped this country.
Dude's a piece of shit. I never considered him a piece of shit. I always thought it was kind of funny locker room talk. People listening, you don't like that? Sorry. It was comical. Grab him by the pussy. It was funny. It's awful. It's awful. I don't agree with it. But in my fucked up sense of humor, it was hilarious to me that the person in charge of this country said that kind of bullshit, because he did say it, and it was just fucking comical to me. And like I said, I don't agree with it. But when the dude just literally pulled the shit that he pulled today, to me, is just like, you're a childish piece of shit in a time where you need to man the fuck up and be a leader of this fucking country as a whole fucking country. Who gives a fuck about red and blue as a whole fucking country? He just disappointed one entire state here, and I'm sure there's some fucking political viewers out there that weren't happy with that call anyways, that don't live in this state. I think he said too, he cut off our governor and that lady in Michigan was his quote. Well, that lady in Michigan was the other person he cut off.
Yeah.
You piece of fucking shit.
That's
where I draw the line. Yeah. And maybe this is me being hypocritical that I found one part of it funny and that's the part that bums me out. But there wasn't a fucking global crisis happening in the other time. It was him running for president, and these idiots still fucking voted him in after he said shit like that. So that's your guys' fucking bad. But right now, this is his fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, this is on him, dude. And the weird part about what's happening is that somehow his numbers are up. His approval rating is the highest it's ever been right now. Because on the
Because
fucking
Bernie's shut out. I haven't seen a single thing from Bernie. Not
You
that
haven't?
he hasn't been put. Well, no, this is the thing. It's not that he hasn't been.
dude,
out
he's
there.
been out there fucking
But
trying
I'm
to put
shunned to it, dude.
Well,
They don't. He doesn't hit any of my algorithms, even though I vote for the guy.
I definitely
He
have
doesn't
been
even-
seeing it. He's been doing a lot of outreach, and he put some very, very, very important wording in that Senate bill that passed. It was a bipartisan Senate bill, and fucking Bernie Sanders really stepped up and fucking does what he does, dude. Look out for the American people. But dude, where's Joe
Bernie's
Biden?
Been doing?
Where's
all
Joe
Bernie's
Biden?
Been doing at this point? Biden can't even create a sentence.
Biden's
right now.
afraid to leave his home.
Well, because he's got the Rona.
I think he might have the Rona, dude. He could have the Rona.
Dude, my Sharona, dude, I'll tell you that much. I don't know, man. This whole shit's crazy. I know that right now, Tim and I just seem scared, which is fucking hilarious to me because all these episodes have just been so wacky.
Yeah,
but
I don't.
I think this has been the best part of this whole episode to me is that we didn't want to get wacky. There's nothing wacky about this. Like, this is just a straight up time where you just need to fucking bunker down. We're going to keep you guys entertained with shit to just fucking listen to while you start learning how to draw. You know what I was talking to you earlier. I want to learn Spanish, dude. I just want to actually learn Spanish. So, like, if you're just at home more, yeah. Me llamo Cheyne. ¿Y tú?
Did you say what? What did you say?
My name is Cheyne, and you?
No. Say the exact sentence again.
Me llamo Cheyne. ¿Y tú?
Oh, me llamo Timoteo.
Ah, así. I don't know. I don't know where to go from there.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Ah, más o menos.
More or less.
Me llamo Mochila.
More or less.
My name is Backpack. Lápiz, pencil.
Yeah. That's a good thing to learn, dude. There's a lot of resources out right now. It's actually really cool to see the online community and actually corporations right now kind of just giving shit out for free for people to stay productive during this time. And that's a resource that we were getting to earlier is that, you know, people are going to be responsibly sheltering at home and sticking at home and not getting out there. And we want you guys to do some things to maintain yourself during these times. And that includes some sort of outlet and the resources that are out there and inlet too, like learning things
Learn
as
how
well.
to cook. Right now, perfect time to be cooking at home. You're going to be at home.
I've been cooking a lot this whole
baby.
time.
Dude.
Yeah.
And Maddie Matheson put this fucking dope shit out online, but he had called it out. He had called out more so he was just going on a personal observation of his personal algorithm that he sees online, but he found it pretty awesome in the community of like chefs and hospitality and that side. And your wife, you know, Karen worked hospitality for a long fucking time as a bar manager, just working bar services and stuff like that. It seemed like in such a time of fucking crisis when everything got shut down, all of them just started putting recipes online. They all started just doing tutorials and videos how to cook shit. It was immediately, it went to that side where their entire fucking industry just collapsed within a day.
Yeah.
They decided to just give everything out for free.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. It's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
but
I saw it online, and actually, my wife started to do it. But they put out the most popular class at Yale, which is like a guideline to like living a life of happiness. You know, that's sort of the science behind and the metrics behind leading a happier lifestyle and overall, you know, sort of healthy and happy. But she started doing that. I thought that was a really cool idea. That sounds like a really cool class just to kind of help people maintain perspective during this time. Like you said, it could kind of come off sounding like we're scared. And I think that we're rightfully cautious. I think that's probably the best way to put it, Cheyne, is that at this point,
I'm just finally taking it fucking serious.
Well, yeah, I can kind of see where some of the worst case scenarios can go, and all of them are really ugly, man. You know what I mean? Like, really, I don't really see a glowing path of getting through this without us suffering really staggering changes in our lives, as well as losing a lot of unnecessary, not unnecessary people, but unnecessarily losing a lot of people at the same time.
Yeah. And I don't know. And that's where it's like it's super fucked that somehow it ties back political. And that's what's fucked. I don't know. It's fucked up.
Yeah. Overall, like we talked about earlier, though, is like you just got to be good to each other right now, man. Like, especially we've been as a friends group, we've been staying in touch with everybody. I hopped in multiple FaceTimes this week, kind of keeping in tabs with everybody, and that's what's needed right now.
Everyone, stop fucking FaceTiming me. Stop group FaceTiming me. For real. It's annoying. It's annoying, dude. Trying to sleep. I go to bed early as fuck. Dude. I go to bed so early, and I get these shit so late. You guys are killing me.
I mean, if it's late night, beautiful. Yeah, you gotta watch out if it's late night. But if it's fucking regular hours, keep them coming. I've been really enjoying talking to everybody.
Yeah, we're going reggae hours. Dude, I don't mind reggae hours, but dude, which one of my friends fucking operates on reggae hours besides, like, Wes is my other early guy. Big Al's out of work, so he's been fucking super late night. He left our group chat tonight. He just straight left, and then fucking 3 hours later, just out of nowhere, text the group chat. Yo, anyone playing? Yeah, we see you, Al. This is an Easter egg in this episode. We ain't even going to talk about this in real life. We're going to wait for you to bring this up after you listen to this. Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I was really happy to see, though, Cheyne, just to kind of put some like positive sort of tail endings to this conversation, or at least this part 2 of this episode, is, you know,
we're not done. We're about to smoke a bowl, dude.
I know we are. I know we are. But I'm just saying from this aspect of it is, I remember. Is the Senate bill just got passed. And the Senate bill was a bipartisan fucking fiasco. It was bullshit on both sides of the aisle. Both sides of the aisle tried to politicize that thing and sneak in some shit that wasn't best for the American people. It was just literally fucking bullshit is what it was. But aside from that, it got passed, and I know that there's some fucking red tape that they're still getting through, but the overall outlining of what I've seen should really fucking give some relief, at least for the time being, to a lot of people that have been affected right now. And I think that's all that we can hope for. Obviously, the parity in which corporations were given money versus the American people, we can argue about till we're blue in the teeth, because at the end of the day, that's our tax money. Us actual laborers and the people that pay taxes, though, that's our fucking money, and we fucking need it right now as a people, because our industries are being put either to a snail's pace or fucking entirely shut down. But again, we can't entirely trust our federal government and Senate, Congress to always do what's best for us. That's been proven time and time again.
Crossed, but
yeah. But there's relief coming and on the way, guys. And
things are looking all right. There's lots of hope with this.
Well, all things
there really is.
All things considered,
we got a late start. We got a real late start.
Yeah,
but if we also got a quick start. When we did start, we went straight fucking in. Yeah, and I think something that I will say is a positive.
Yeah, and overall, the message is that if everybody stays vigilant of being personally responsible, of not putting themselves and their family at risk of spreading this thing and overwhelming our healthcare systems,
and that's all it is too. And that's the exact thing. It's not the fact everybody's scared. No, fuck getting scared. What it is it's the simple fucking fact that every single one of us is going to get sick at one point. And when I say that, it's a common cold, absolutely. So for the people that have issues, or the people that it's a little more than a common cold, instead of everybody getting fucking sick at the same exact time and overwhelming hospitals, what it really comes down to is we're spreading it out so everybody gets treatment when they can get treatment.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's a simple fucking logic. So right now, if I'm the one that's somehow getting through to you and Tim's the one that's somehow getting through to you, first off, yeah, well, welcome. But no, it's just the side of like, just look up some shit. Just start reading up on shit. Just start paying a little more attention to things, because there's no reason that him and I should be looking up more shit than anyone else. Everybody should just stay fucking simply informed with things happening right now, Don't rely on basic news.
Yeah.
And just, it's simple. If everyone just does their part to just chill the fuck out a little bit, it slows down everything.
Yeah.
And the nurses and everybody, they're fucking killing it. They're absolutely killing it.
They're the heroes right now. Like I said, the labor is the most important commodity on this planet. And the people that are working and keeping people alive and fed and industries moving right now and risking their own health to do so are some of the most courageous people on this goddamn planet. And they need to be praised and they need to be taken care of, you know?
And we're going to take care of them right now. We're going to take care of them because they're the Mac Daddy.
Oh,
They're the Mac Daddy of our life.
the Mac Daddy of
this
them
whole
all.
situation.
No doubt.
The episode. It's the strain of the episode.
The strain of the episode.
Miracle Alien Cookies, better known as Mac, crosses alien cookies with a hybrid of Colombian and Starfighter. Mac is a gorgeous resin-covered flower with a dank, gassy musk and sour citrus highlights. The smooth flavors of Mac have thick, zesty orange notes that are balanced out by floral accents with sweet, earthy finish.
Effects include happy, relaxed, euphoric, uplifted, and creative. It helps with depression, pain, stress, anxiety, and loss of appetite. Some of the negative effects: dry mouth, dry eyes, maybe a little dizzy, paranoia real low, anxious at an all-time 0. This is a fantastic strain for this time, and a fantastic strain for any anxiety sufferers out there, whether it's just to calm down in the middle of the day or to relax and wind down at the end of the night to go to sleep. Get yourself some of the Mac. It's the return of the Mac.
Yeah, which is actually kind of funny. So we went with the normal strain of the episode song on that one, which is a classic. I love it. And actually, real quick, shout out to Cory P's coworkers, Cory Paulson's coworkers out there. It's the strain of the hour. Some
Shout
of
out.
Cory's coworkers. I don't know which job it's at. It's got to be Wayfair or Observatory. I'm not sure which one. It might be Observatory. But some of the homies, they love the episodes. And honestly, we love you guys. We do it for you. But that's the Mac. And so Tim and I were going to do an a cappella Return of the Mac underneath. So where you hear the strain of the episode song, we're going to replace that with him and I doing Return of the Mac in a cappella. And we actually, so prior to recording this episode, we did like 3.5 minutes of getting blue in the face of trying to do like a fucking, like, here, we'll give you a little sample of it, like the that's all you get. That's all you get. But
Even if I say that I love you, she lied to me. Yes, I try. Yes, I try. Sorry, I had to keep going, dude.
just keep going. Keep going.
Return of the Mac.
Yeah, dude, we had it. Return of the Mac.
Oh my God. Return of the Mac.
It got crazy.
Yeah.
So we did like 3.5 minutes, and then after we did it, we said, wait, why'd we do that? We should have just literally done it as like a project and just really done it.
Yeah,
And
that
then
way
we
we could
just-
actually mix it and master it and have it be a finished product and not just...
We realized it was just a fucking horrible idea, but it was
Yeah.
hilarious. But
Instead, you guys just got that little off the cuff thing, and that wasn't even as good as I think what we had earlier. But you still got
that
it.
was awful. That was
Yeah.
awful compared to what it was. But at
We're
this point, we're just drinking micheladas. That's something, I don't know if you guys noticed it, which, by the way, we're like closer to an hour into this than the half an hours that were basically average.
Well, special
This
times. call for special
special times.
circumstances.
We're just giving you guys content. That's what I'm telling you. It's just putting content out there. Yeah, it's just people just need shit to fucking listen to. We're giving you shit to fucking listen to.
Yeah.
And
I have to throw this out there.
well, we've got our earliest Michelada minute as of right now is this episode.
Yes, it's the earliest Michelada minute, and rightfully so, I think. Right?
Yeah, I just finished one.
I want to give a shout out. The last episode we did song or albums in the apocalypse, and we actually got one from our good buddy Chris Jackson, who's always sending us his Michelada collection. Which shout out to you.
Oh
buddy.
yeah, he's a wonderful meat. He's been drinking those Golden Roads. I've been noticing them in the pictures,
and those are delicious. I've been drinking them as well. I'm really a big fan of
Whoa,
those.
bro, you guys got to send me some faggots.
I'll send you. Whoa, whoa,
I didn't
whoa,
mean
whoa,
to-
whoa,
I didn't mean to
whoa,
say
whoa,
that.
whoa. Yeah.
Hey, we're already 51 minutes that I see into this. If you're still listening, you already know I was going to say faggot.
I don't think so, but
I would never call. I don't mean it in like a way to. No, dude, it's calling your friend a bro. Come on, it's 2020.
It's 2020. All right, so Chris Jackson's album is his go-to apocalypse album, Jimmy Eat World Clarity. So we had to sprinkle that in there from our last.
That's a
episode.
great
This
album.
little time.
I saw Jimmy Eat World open for Blink 182 and Green Day on the Pop Disaster Tour at Irvine Meadows, still before turning into Verizon Wireless. I believe it was before turning into.
Hey Shane, I saw fucking Eddie Money in Palmdale at a park for free. Big fucking deal, dude.
Oh, what better way than that to wrap up this episode? Honestly, that just makes me the only thing that makes me feel that good of a laugh, which that was honestly wonderful. I didn't know that either. Out of all the things I knew about you, I didn't know that.
2 tickets to paradise. I did, dude. I saw Eddie Money at a park in Palmdale for free when I was like 12.
Hell yeah, I saw Treyu at a park for free. I think you were with me too.
Cal State Fullerton, though.
Oh, it was. That wasn't a park. That was a college.
Yeah.
That was the only time I went to college.
I'm glad we lightened it up. Here
I went
at the
to
end.
college and all I saw was a Treyu.
Kenny
Hey,
Holman.
you remember when we did Ben's radio show at UCI?
I do.
And we jammed hard. I wish that we got that recording. I don't know whatever actually even happened to that recording. We nailed it. But we just went and we played like a bunch of Soldiers of Doom and shit.
Yeah.
That was sick.
We played some of the stuff we wrote too. Some of the acoustic jams were
We've written all
at the
kinds
time.
of shit.
Yeah.
But we love y'all.
Yeah,
I hate the L word because I don't like drop. I think everybody kind of overuses it. I think love is a pretty overused word these days, so I have a hard time saying it. There you go. I admitted it. But it love y'all. You know, we hope everybody's just fucking figuring it out. That's all we can honestly hope.
Yeah.
You've got to create your own fucking path right now.
Yeah.
This is your life. What better time to fucking realize it than now?
Yeah. And
What
do
better
what's
time to just there's no waiting on it anymore. Whatever that it is, whatever that thing is that you've been fucking pending on, whatever that thing is that's been fucking haunting your minds, that you've been losing sleep on, that you've been wanting to start or do, or whatever the fuck it is, just do it.
Mhm.
What? You know, Nike's going to come after me for saying it like that, too, because I really emphasize just do it.
You're right.
But
you're right, though, Shane. Start your fucking online business right now. Do the things.
just do it.
Yeah.
You're the biggest power of anything.
Yes.
You're the power. You are literally what generates everything. Everyone depends on people are the only thing that will fix this.
Yeah. Yeah. Go out and start a business and employ people and fucking help them through this hard time. That's what we need to do as a people right now is fucking, you know what I mean? Do what we can, whether that's fucking, it doesn't matter what it is, you know what I mean? What you're able to do. But ultimately what this comes down to, everybody, is just do what's best for you. That's what you got to do, what's best for you and your family right now, regardless of what that is. And with whatever's looming ahead, you know, we take this thing realistically on a day-by-day basis and, you know, try to have compassion through it and try to be there for our loved ones and do what we can do to stay safe and be responsible. You know, that's what we can do as a people right now.
Yeah.
You know.
And on that note, we're gonna hand it over to fucking Goldblum. Yeah. Actually, wait. Hold on. We're not gonna go to Goldblum yet. I'm getting Cory Blaine's coming in. Hold on.
Hey, this is Cory Blaine, reporting again, once more, this time no longer from Crowney's Hardware in Lake Forest. I've made my way up to Neverland Ranch. I heard that they had an endless supply of hand sanitizer here, because the Hee King himself was a sanitary dude, trying to be as quiet as possible, so you can hear there's still music coming from Neverland, hopping fences. Neverland's got all the sanitizer. I'll report back when I find more.
Holy shit, Cory! It is crazy to hear from you. Shit's crazy over there. There's nothing I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. We're gonna have to go to Goldblum. Love y'all.
Love y'all, baby. Stay safe.
Well. It's certainly a compelling, provocative, exciting, delicious to think about idea. Smart people say the universe is so big there must be something statistically. It could be likely that there could be something happening on some other world.
The Dirty 30 Podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Dirty 30 Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do all that crazy, wacky shit. I don't know. Times are crazy now. Just do whatever you can. Save yourself. TDTP cat.